Good morning. Happy Halloween. Just going to talk about some of the news items there. End of month volatility in canola and how that actually got pulled in there. Um, Gold is just on a crazy rush here. I was talking to one analyst and he's thinking that we can actually be a fair bit higher yet on gold. So some bold gold moves there. Karen Braun actually wrote a pretty good article just talking about some of these uh, contentious issues if Trump gets in and what's going on. And you can see I highlighted this area here. They're talking about a 60% tariff on Chinese goods and 10% on all other countries. And that would also include Mexico and Canada by the sounds of what's written anyway, or what he said. Now, what another thing to note is that there's very likely no change in policies regardless who gets in there. Like Harris is probably still going to leave the tariffs on as well. But there is China is pretty motivated to continue to invest in South America, just to take away the reliance of the U.S. market. And so you'll still see a fair bit of pullback on that. But there's a lot of interesting things in that article, of course. Um, I just have a couple of weather maps here. You can see that there's moisture landing over here. And now the wrap up of harvest is basically getting close to complete. But where you may want to take note of is there is not much moisture showing up there, and a fair bit in that key soybean planting area of Brazil. Just zoomed in here, you see that where that moisture is, and actually where probably some of the key areas where red winter wheat is needing moisture is there and there. So whether that's going to actually cover enough of that drought area and that good to excellent rating that got put out on Monday, like Monday, if it's actually going to have some improvement. Here's your uh, uh, Ukraine and Russia, and it's still not showing a whole lot of moisture there. And the same thought there that if there is some planting problems there, but you got to remember this whole area here is under not a whole lot of planting has gone on since the war started there as well. Just how the market's trading, we can see a fair bit of length in canola to catch up for what had happened yesterday towards the end of the trade on canola. And you can see that we're almost out of all of the contracts there as of yesterday on the November contract. And you can see that it's still getting pulled. This is you can see that got out a lot of volume at the end of yesterday. This is just a minute chart, and you can see 12:30 on, it basically just sold off, and it pulled out all of the other months of canola down at the same time. So when you have that kind of volume, and it doesn't look like a whole lot of volume, but for canola it is, and they got out of a few thousand contracts there just yesterday, and that actually pulled the market down. You can see it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's actually had a long tail on it. If you can see it, like it had an open close. It was actually a pretty wide range trading day, and yeah, and we've got that recovery today. It was probably a buying opportunity towards the end of yesterday, but still, I like this trend. It's going up, still maintaining this trend, getting above the 61.8. I don't have any moving averages on there, but I'd like to see it actually get into that range. And if you look at the comparison to the rapeseed, it's actually blown through the top here the last couple of days, continue to go up. Soybean oil still trading in this range, but it's actually trading probably a fairly important moving average to get above is this 200-day moving average. We're trading right at it at the moment, and if we can trade above it, it'd be great. Here's palm oil. Palm oil length is um, um, nice as well. It's way above the 100%. I keep moving that number, and it keeps shifting. The upside target that I'm looking for this, and this might seem ridiculous, but I'll maybe show you a few charts here, is around that 5,000 ringgit. The last time we were there, it was way back in this kind of timeline, and I'm just going to flip through some of the charts. What does that mean on if we can get a relationship for soybean oil to get up there? That would mean, in that 60 to 65 cents a pound. We're currently trading around that 44.5 to 45. Rapeseed, that would mean moving from our 517 up into that $700 value, and canola, that would move us up into the 900 to 950 kind of value. Now, which one has got the biggest problem would be the thing to think about. Is it the palm oil up because palm oil is rising, so is European rapeseed. Canola is trying to trail, and some of these other oils need to follow or fall in place if we're going to get some better pricing. Now, soybeans being the anchor pulling us down. Just a quick look at some of the wheat. You got all these moving averages kind of moving in a range here, and you can see that there's start to be a little bit of a leg back up here. So we had some things, some futures get tripped out on those values up there. Here's your Kansas wheat, or not Kansas, it's Chicago wheat. We're trading up, and we've got a lot of moving averages to move up above here. Same thing with hard red winter. Are we going to be able to get this to move? If we look at some of this indicator, we could possibly try to say that this could be a buy. I am not too excited about it. Wheat has proven us wrong way too often, but we are closer to the bottom on some of this trade here as well. Here's your milling wheat, same idea. It's actually trading closer to this, bottom that got created back in September. So same thing on corn, but corn is actually getting close and it looks like getting some support from a moving